Hey folks, this is B-Man from the MVP podcast, the People Show, where we talk about the most valuable players in the world of sports. And I'm really excited to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by T-Shack. T-Shack is a cafe based right here in Sheffield, and they make the most amazing tea. So I've already had mine, I've tried it, and I can vouch for it. It's brilliant. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the details down below for you guys to check it out. They also do deliveries for those of you that don't want to leave your house or don't want to have to travel to other sides of Sheffield. And yeah, I really hope that you'll enjoy this episode that's coming up. Please leave a like, subscribe. Welcome back to the MVP podcast, the People Show, where we talk about the most valuable players in the world of sports. Well, go on, Sosa.
Yo, what are you saying, man? How you feeling? I want to know how you are.
I'm blessed, wallahi. I'm blessed, alhamdulillah. I'm blessed.
I'm good
Yo,
to hear.
before we continue, though, drop the line.
You guys know already, if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, share with your friends. We appreciate everything. Yo, I'm talking to you right now. What are you waiting for? Go like the video. I told you, go like. We'll have words.
Yeah, I love these, man. I love these every time you do them, man. But yo, guess who are the most valuable players in the world right now? Yeah. Hopefully I can find an animation of like a cricket. It's been a long time.
This jersey ain't come out for a while, fam. I've worn this on holiday. I haven't worn it for time.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations. How do you feel about the game?
Mate, it should have been more. Let me get close to the screen so you guys can see me. It should have been more. Let's be real. Like, the crazy thing was, I don't want to break down the game, yeah? But the crazy thing was, yeah, most people will say most of those goals came from errors, yeah? Real talk, the amount of pressure that your guys withstood throughout that whole game, I'm surprised that you guys didn't break more. There was a chance, could have been 4 or 5 potentially, if we had actually got our shooting boots on.
And that's the thing. I said in the group yesterday, though, didn't I? I was like, yeah, I understand that we made a lot of very comical mistakes. But the reality of the matter is, I don't think half those mistakes would have happened if it wasn't for Chelsea putting all the pressure on Man United. So I suppose it can, no, go on.
I was going to say, just for people watching, as an insight to MVP crew here that we have here, about more than half, I think, four out of 6 of us are Man United fans, and then there's me, that's a Chelsea fan, and Ty, that's a Liverpool fan. So me and Tarek constantly hear about Man United chat on the group chat.
Oh, I am not involved in that, though. I'm not involved in that.
Yeah, you might not be involved directly, but when you have guys like, I'll call them out, guys like Naeem and Wheezy. Wheezy is the biggest. Wheezy, he'll come up with an excuse for everything. And I get it, you're backing your team, but come on, man, hold your hands up. Like, at least say, yo, the team didn't perform as they should have done. When I spoke to him about it, the first thing he says was, no, De Gea's issues. He was poor in net, and that's fine. And when I said to him he was having an off day, what was the first thing he said to him? No, he's like this all the time. I'm like at that point, he's like he doesn't acknowledge that Chelsea did all right. All he sees is the downfall of Man United being De Gea.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in Ole, man. I'm really disappointed in him. Do you know when you have a winning formula and that 4-3-3 formation is banging, is free flowing, the players look more comfortable, and then he decided to play 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, so just call it 5-2, whatever, 3.
Yeah, 5-3-2.
I was disappointed when away from him, man. It doesn't suit us. And you know what? We played that exact same formation before the lockdown started. It doesn't work. It doesn't look good, and it doesn't suit us. We don't need that. And then we go on this crazy run, right? And I'm not one of those Man United fans that starts jumping up and down just because we scored a few goals over the last 4 or 5 games. I'm not that guy. You're looking for sustained excellence, right? But if you've got something that works, why change it? And if you're going to rest your players, Sosa, rest your players. If you're going to play them,
I like them.
if you're going to play them, play them. But don't do this half-assed, let me bring on Martial at halftime. No. If you knew that they were going to play, why not start them and then take them off early? That makes sense to me. I'm first and foremost, I'm just disappointed in him.
You know what's crazy? Like, it's fair enough. The tactics are one thing, yeah. That's just one thing. Like you could talk about, but you can make excuses for that. Maybe they just didn't line up properly. Maybe the players didn't get the instructions properly, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But what you can't say about the players being responsible for is you picking the lineups and putting the team out. Yeah. Think of it this way: like, you're a good Man United fan. You know who plays week in, week out. Yeah, who was rested in this game?
So, depending on how you see it, I think Greenwood got rested, Martial got rested, Pogba got rested. To be fair,
so a few people got rested. Yeah,
a few people got rested. Not that many.
Now, of all the players that I'm not one to say that I'm fully on Man United and I take on the team. But one thing I have realized is your best player is Bruno.
By far.
By far. And one thing that I've realized with Bruno is if you know that Bruno is your best player and your priority is to get the 4th place in Champions League or the Champions League spot, wouldn't it be more beneficial for you to rest your best player? If you are resting players, like the guys that you mentioned, he played a full 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And it didn't benefit you guys because you didn't get a result out of it. And now it's got to a point where he's played a full 90 minutes. Guys like Martial came on pretty early on because of injury. And it's a case of they've not got the rest they needed. So was it worth them being rested for part-time or even playing the full 90, knowing that you didn't get the result? Or would it have been better off for you to just rest completely, like actually rest all your best players and put on like a youth squad?
I would have rested everyone. Although hindsight is 2020. So you could, now that we've gone past it, you can say we could have done this, we could have done that. But it's like I said, don't half step. If you genuinely believe that we can go for it, go for it. But if you don't, if you think then the next 2 games are more important, the Champions League is more important than the FA Cup, then forget it. Why is someone like Igalo not playing? Why is someone like Chung not playing? Why is someone like Lingard not playing? Do you get what I mean? Like just stuff it in and show the people, look, we do not care. We genuinely do not care. But yesterday made it seem like, do they care? Do they want it? Do they not? The performance says no, but the plays on the pitch says yes. But just to touch up on your Bruno Fernandes comment, you're right. He is our best player. But do you know what? Weirdly enough, I think he's the only one that we could have taken out of any of our players and put him with our B squad and still believe that he could do something. Like somehow manage to get a result. Like him surrounded by B players. Like I generally, he's not that good. I'm sorry. Let me just put that out. He's not that good. Yeah. But if I had to pick anyone from Man United, he would be the guy that I would pick to say, do you know what? Just go out there, take these reserve players, see what you can get out of it. Genuinely.
No, I hear that. It makes sense. He's that good of a player. It's interesting how everyone thought Pogba was going to be a guy that could lead the team, but I've come to realize that Pogba, he's a world-class player. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not here to slate Pogba, but he's not meant to lead a team.
Well, what makes you say that?
In the sense that when it was a case of beginning of I know he was injured. When did he get injured? He got injured beginning of the season, right? Did he actually miss the start? I don't think he missed.
I don't remember.
I don't think he missed the start. I think he was there. And even last season, you could see that a lot of responsibility was on his shoulders, and it just didn't seem like it was clicking for Man United.
Yeah.
And it seemed like if something was going to happen, you expected it to come from Pogba, but in reality, it was coming from other places. Guys like Rashford, who, in my opinion, has really stepped up.
Yes, he really has.
So, with the pressure now off Pogba, and it's been shared. Practically, that burden's been shared with Bruno. I think it's made him improve, even though he had a bit of a stinker in that last game.
Yeah, he didn't really do well.
But overall, I think he's improved because of, maybe it's just because he's come back after a long break. But I feel like him sharing a burden is much more beneficial for him.
Yeah, and you know what? My United fans are not willing to admit that although we've been like scoring quite freely, if we include this Chelsea game, Man United have not looked good in the last 3 games. Southampton generally did a job on us against, was it Aston Villa? Who did we play now? I think it was against us. No, Crystal Palace. It was Crystal Palace, right? We were good in moments. Like, if you watch the game, it's like for stretches of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we were good. But we didn't really control the game like we were supposed to. And yesterday was like, wow. Like yesterday, like we generally got put in our place. And I've heard so many Man United fans saying, even in the group, Naeem, Wheezy, saying, oh, well, look at the mistakes that we made. Look at the mistakes that we made. But I never thought that I would say this. But if there is one problem that Man United has right now that needs solving, is between the sticks, man.
Wow.
Genuinely, that's actually our biggest problem on the pitch. Genuinely, I don't care what anyone says. Every 4 games, he's terrible. And not just terrible, we're talking goal-giving opportunities to other teams. It's David De Gea. This is the guy that we swore he was number 1 in the world. Number 1. And now I was begging for Romero to come on. Begging. So just bring this guy on, take David De Gea off. Because it's not the same as outfield players. Goalkeepers are not the same as outfield players. Bruno Fernandes could make 19 misplaced passes, right? He could make 19. But if he makes that one that leads to a goal, it's a good day. Do you get me? Goalkeepers are not afforded that same luxury. You make one mistake that could lead to a goal, that could lead to a loss. And that's what David De Gea is doing to us right now, man.
I feel like you know what? Maybe I'm not the right guy to be talking about goalkeepers, knowing that Chelsea have a problem with the keepers. But with a keeper that you have, think of it this way: we have an unproven keeper. Well, he is kind of proven in La Liga. He did all right for Atletico Bilbao, and he became Spain's number 1 over De Gea because of what De Gea has been doing for the past few months. But
past couple of years,
I say. But even he is struggling for confidence. Like, you've heard me say it, and if you guys follow our Instagram, links in the description, I've mentioned on it when Naeem was just doing videos about not live videos, there's stories, and I was saying, yo, Kepa's a liability purely because he doesn't have, when he loses his confidence, and it's same with any world-class keeper. If they lose their confidence, they don't become world-class anymore. They become an average keeper. It's like you can have all the amount of, you can have the longest wingspan, you can have like the greatest IQ, but if you can't anticipate, or if you're second guessing yourself, you're going to be caught in 2 minds to do something, which will lead to an error, which can cost you a goal. So he just needs to, I don't know, maybe he just needs a couple of days off, or maybe a couple of weeks off, gets to grips. To be fair though, he can't go anywhere. So
yeah, there's no way he can go. But the scary thing is that we've got 2 massive games coming up. What do you do? Yeah. What do you do? Do you say, well, do you know what? I'm going to trust you to do well between the sticks in the next 2 games? Do you genuinely say, do you know what? Like, we're not being reactionary at this stage. Reactionary is seeing one bad performance and then screaming, get him the hell out. Like, that's reactionary. This has been going on for a long, long time. Do you trust him between the sticks against West Ham and then against Leicester? And my answer is genuinely, I don't know. I don't think it's good for the team to swap goalkeepers, but what can you say? What can you do at this stage?
I mean, this is going to be a bit hypocritical, yeah, but I think you guys need to have some faith in your keeper. Even though I have zero faith in mine, yeah, and I would take literally a plank of wood. De Gea is just too much of a big name to be saying, yo, I'm sitting you down for the next game, even if you're
He
fit and
is.
healthy.
He
He's too
is.
big of a name.
He is.
How about this? If Man United sit him down for the last 2 games, and then you decide, you know what, we don't need him anymore. How do you reckon it's going to affect his value in the market? It's going to be hugely affected.
Of course it is. But of
So
course,
you can't
it's,
run the risk of benching him.
true. I wouldn't look at it from that aspect per se, because I think you still fetch quite a bit of money for him. But the reality of the matter is not many teams in the world can afford him post-corona anyway.
Mm.
But
Well, at this point in time, you're kind of stuck with him.
yeah,
Unless you got a legitimate replacement, and then you got to ask yourself what keeper is there to replace David De Gea?
there isn't many.
Like you're asking yourself to replace an icon at Man United right about now. This guy's been there for what, like 10 years?
Yeah.
How long has he been there?
He's been for a minute now. But I think another thing that we need to consider is if we were ever to bench him, let's say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, bench him, like how is that going to affect the rest of the team? Like how will they respond to it? Will they see it as, well, you kind of let the team down because you didn't trust him? Is that going to affect people? Like, do you know when sometimes players, they kind of band together? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, he's the thing here with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is he has to actually make it clear the reasons why he would bench him. So if he's going to bench him, he's going to make it clear to the player, okay, we're benching you for this reason. It's either A, confidence, B, tactical reasons, but he has to make it clear the reasons why. And if he does do that, then he's got to make it aware to the teams, like, look, I have benched him for this reason. Let this be an example for you guys. If you guys do not perform, and bear in mind, this is David De Gea we're talking about. If you don't perform, he's been benched. This goes for you. If you guys don't perform, but that can go both ways. If you do it to a guy who can take it, who's mature enough to understand that, then that's fine. But a lot of Man United guys are quite young. Some of them, dare I say, a bit immature. So it could backfire. I'd imagine it wouldn't, as long as Ole Gunnar's headstrong about it and he sticks to his guns. I don't see any problem with that, unless you get a Jose Mourinho deal at Real Madrid where they had a mutiny.
Oh yeah, no, forget that. But anyway,
just could you imagine if David De Gea is like, oh, I'm not taking this, and cause a rift, and then you had like guys like Pogba and like Rashford on one side, and you got guys like
that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
and all guys.
Where they band together. That's what I was talking about.
You at this point, you have to ask yourself, is Maguire a strong enough character to say, listen, lads, we need to stick with the manager? And will they listen to him? Like, is Maguire a guy that team will listen to?
I don't know.
I know for a fact at Chelsea, people will listen to Aspilicueta because he is that guy. Mr. 7 out of 10 rating every week.
Mr. Reliable,
Mr. Consistent. So if Kepa got benched, forget Kepa. If a guy like Willian got benched and Willian says, yo, I'm not taking this. I'm top dog at the club. I'm doing this, and that. And then Aspi's like, yo, you better sit your ass down. Pardon my French. He'll be like, I can't say he's the club captain. I can't really say anything to him. So like it all lands on the coach, and then it also lands not as significantly on the captain to say, look, we need to stand by the manager. If there's any issues, tell him. Don't just mouth off to the press or anything like that. You need to keep it in-house.
Yeah, standard. Anyway, we're gonna have to end it there, Sosa. Do you wanna drop your line?
Yeah, Chelsea. All right, Arsenal, we're coming for you. We're gonna come for that. Your Arsenal fans, I'll see you in the final, yeah? Watch. Oh, guys, if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, share with your friends. Unless you're a Man United fan, then go cry like this guy is. Yeah, if you want to lead us out, fam.
That was unnecessary. I did not cost you guys. Although I have to admit, before I close it off, that new Chelsea kit is a bag of garbage, man.
Are you mad? You know, that's next on the bucket list. Yeah, I got this one. I got the old one. I used to have the Fly Emirates one back in the day, and I even had the autograph one until one of my cousins stole off me. But less said about that, the better. But yeah, I'm getting that kit. I'm getting it. I think the black one looks nice. I think I'm gonna get it in black.
In black. Or in black.
Black.
All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we're gonna be back again soon. So, peace.